At some of the top stories, in which we are first head to the US, where President Donald Trump has departed from Washington aboard Air Force One to head to a meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska for discussions about a possible ceasefire deal for Ukraine. The White House has said that Trump is accompanied by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, and CIA Director John Ratcliffe, as well as other top aides, says the White House. Ahead of the meeting, Trump posted high stakes on Truth Social. We will be covering this as events unfold in this ongoing crucial day of the geopolitical calendar. We are joined by Megha Sharma, who is the Senior Executive Editor here on NewsX World. Megha, why is this such an important meeting for the world of geopolitics? Okay, we hope that Megha joins us in just a few minutes or seconds. Donald Trump is en route to Alaska, as we can see them going up the stairs of the famous aircraft, Air Force One. He has reiterated that these talks are indeed high stakes with the Russian president. And they will take place in Alaska. Megha Sharma joins us now. She's the Senior Executive Editor of NewsX World. Megha, why is this such an important day for Europe and the rest of the world? What are people waiting for? What are people looking for in this meeting?
Right, Tom, it is perhaps one of the biggest days in the conflict between Ukraine and Russia that has been going on since 2024. But even before that, 2014, the Crimea conflict, where the annexation of that particular region that is part of Ukraine was also protested by Ukraine and other European countries as well. But that's a thing in the past. Today, when President Trump of the United States of America is going to be in Alaska in just a short while, there is a meeting that has been lined up between his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin that takes place at 11:30 a.m. local time, which is going to be 1 p.m. Indian Standard Time, is going to then be the bulwark on which the future of the Ukraine-Russia conflict lies. Now, the questions are several that need to be answered, whether there is going to be a precursor that is going to be initiated for further talks between Ukraine and Russia, with conditions being put forth and agreed to sign that peace deal, to sign that ceasefire. That's the biggest question. The European countries, including France, Germany, United Kingdom, have all come out in support of Ukraine, and time and again urged Trump to not sign any deal at the behest of Ukraine till the time there is the head of the state, Volodymyr Zelensky, who is present, and only then there should be a trilateral meet between the three leaders of the three states, and any conclusion that can be drawn or any agreement that can be signed amongst them all.
Megha, what are your thoughts on as the world watches of these two men at the center of this? Donald Trump, President of the United States, and Vladimir Putin, the President of Russia. What are both men trying to get out of this meet that the whole world is watching?
Yes, it's interesting to note it has been a long time since Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin came face to face. The last time that both these leaders met was in 2018. This was in Helsinki in Finland, and it was called the Trump-Putin Summit. Now, much water has flown under the bridge since then, where Trump in his first term was very positive about his relationship with Putin. It has deteriorated over time since his appointment, since his election as the President of America for the second term. Now, US President Donald Trump is primarily looking to be this broker of peace. He has been talking about how he has been able to able to successfully negotiate peace deals, whether it is about India, Pakistan, whether it was about Thailand, Cambodia. Of course, Armenia and Azerbaijan, that was a peace deal that happened, that was brokered in the presence of the US president. So here, I think this has been his campaign policy as well, even before his election, that he said that he will bring peace to the region, that he is going to bring a ceasefire to happen between both countries. So that's his, I think, number one incentive. Well, for Vladimir Putin, it is again, because this is the first time there is an interface between the US president and the Russian president. This move by US President Donald Trump to meet Putin in Alaska has been questioned by a number of European leaders, talking about how this presents itself as an opportunity for Putin to present him as an individual and as the head of the state of Russia, to be able to have conversations, have negotiations with Trump. But then again, the very position that Trump has taken to be the negotiator, he has to be present to have any sort of talks with Putin, because there are no European leaders who are in a position to speak to Putin. So Trump becomes the spokesperson, representative of the European nations, of the NATO allies, to hold talks, at least bring up. This is a precursor to any deal, if at all, that could be signed. So I think these are huge gains. I mean, gains for President Putin as well, because this is for the first time that anybody from the NATO allies have been able to sit him down and speak to him about what is going to be the future steps that Russia and for that matter Ukraine and even the other European countries are perhaps going to take further down the road, if at all there was a ceasefire or any sort of a negotiation that were to happen between both the countries.
That was Megha Sharma, Executive Editor for NewsX World. Megha, pleasure to get your insight on this developing story. We're now joined by two further guests to get their